Hey there, this is another video for you to leverage your life psychic style. In this video, we're now going to do the archetype of Gemini and the highest potential within the archetype of Gemini. As all the other videos, this is designed to help you interpret your chart better, but way more importantly than that, this is designed to allow you to understand that you can access that Gemini archetype within you whenever you want, for whatever situations, to leverage whatever you're trying to create or whatever the hell that might be. So, the highest potential within the Gemini archetype is literally, it can talk to anyone from anywhere about anything, and in doing so, it can almost, it's almost like it can gain greater awareness and clarity about itself at the same time as whoever else this Gemini archetype is having a conversation with, that other person also gains greater understanding about themselves as well as the other person. So it's kind of like super dynamic, and it's super kind of like a hustling, playful vibe that is just curious and wants to explore and wants to kind of know more about itself and how it relates to the world around it and the people around it. And the really key thing with this and its highest potential is that Gemini understands which thought patterns to synthesize and which thought patterns to cross-pollinate. I think they're like the really key bits with this energy. It kind of like, so it will literally be able to, like I say, most importantly, gain more awareness about itself and who it is in its immediate environment by the conversations and the communications and the hustling and the interaction with other people, or even just other things within its environment. All of this is like this amazing library of information to this Gemini archetype, and then in its highest potential, it doesn't get bogged down by this information, it doesn't get overwhelmed by this information, it just understands what to synthesize about this information and what to cross-pollinate about this information. So essentially, how this can work for you in your life is that you need to, or you can use the awareness that you might even talk to some random person at the bus stop, and if you're open and got this kind of like playful, curious, playful, curious, and really wanting to almost like collaborate with somebody else in a conversation, that you could be open to like literally some like gemstones of advice that's almost like specific to you through a person that doesn't even know you and has no idea about you. That's the amazing highest potential within Gemini. Like the ability to get so much out of a conversation with anyone, anywhere, which which literally expands its conscious awareness about itself and its environment. And when it's in its highest potential, it will also somehow do the same thing for the other person that they're also communicating with. So it's kind of like super energizing. It's super kind of like, I just think it's really playful. It's really playful. But you need to be able to have, like I say, that conscious awareness that it could be anybody, somebody random at a coffee shop, as well as it could be your best mate when you're talking about something. It really is the idea. Or it can even be through a song, or it can be somebody on YouTube. Like, it really doesn't matter. If you stay open, you'll be able to like gain so much from somebody communicating with you at the same time as you will gain so much from somebody else communicating, or you communicating with somebody else. So it kind of like works both ways, and that's kind of like that whole twin aspect to the Gemini. It's kind of like the ping pong ball between two people with a conversation that just builds and builds and builds, and it almost like, I can say energetically and psychically, it's like it opens, because it's got so much energy going back and forth in whatever way it is, and I mean in a playful kind of enhancing way, that it kind of like breaks through the barriers into information that's available to both person, that's almost from cosmic consciousness, or like the conscious awareness that is beyond the human perspective, and then it kind of gets channeled down each of the two people chatting, and then it plays off each other, and it's just like friggin' awesome and super communicative. So that is that highest potential within Gemini. Look for it in your chart, so see which houses this Gemini archetype is, and then in the description I've like described each house and what it relates to in your life. Then see if you're able to express this highest potential in those areas of your life, or if you find it more challenging. Because to be honest, it could be either or depending on aspects within your birth chart. But more importantly than that, just know that you can access this Gemini highest potential archetype whenever you want. And you'll specifically do that, like I say, when you are communicating with somebody in a playful, open, curious way. And you'll never know what kind of amazing gemstones can come through. And you'll know when you hit it right, because you'll literally almost just feel like, you'll feel excited by the conversation, and you'll kind of feel a little bit excited after the conversation. It's kind of got that cool kind of like vibe. And also you'll really feel like you're kind of connecting to this person. Like twins obviously have that kind of thing where they kind of, it's really weird. I'm not a twin, but my brother is often like, we have this kind of thing where we always know what each other's thinking. We have really similar things that go off. So you kind of have that kind of like cool kind of, it doesn't make sense because you're not twins. So if you're talking to somebody random at the bus stop, then clearly you're fucking not twins. But you'll sort of generate that kind of awareness in that moment of the communication, that you both kind of know exactly what you need to say to the other person without even knowing why. That is how you can work with this, and it's pimp, and it will enhance your life 100%, and it will enhance it rapidly. So completely stay open, and yeah, just go with that.